Hey folks, welcome back to the Feroz Moto channel. Here we are at an unsponsored location. We are not sponsored by you all, but we have a lot here, and we're just going to talk about the differences between the G8X and the F8X cars. We have two pretty perfect examples, I must say, of an F82 M4 and a G80 M3. The M4 is DCT, mine is manual, and we're just going to talk about some differences with the car, what we like, what we don't like, some things we wish we had some from the different generations, and obviously a price cost analysis, what is actually worth at the end of the day. Hint, hint, I think Jared's M4 might win here, but we're just going to talk about it and take a look. So here are the cars. Ta-da! So here are our wicked, magnificent beasts. So here is my 2021 BMW G80 M3. This is a manual, as I said, and here's a 2015 M4. Funny enough, these are both base cars, but they have a lot to offer and a lot to talk about. So first, we'll start with mine. So here we have, again, my Alpine White G80 M3 on black interior with the carbon fiber interior package, executive package with the lights and everything, and parking package. So pretty bare bones and standard. Here we have my Apex VS5 RS brush clear forged wheels all around. There's some other mods. I do have a lot to list. Obviously not going to go over every single one of them for this video, but we're going to kind of talk about stock for stock, what is better on these cars. Here we'll take a look at the interior, of course, with the G series minus the pre-LCI. So we have the kind of dual zone split infotainment running, I believe, iDrive 7. This is before they did the full iPad screen, and I definitely agree and enjoyed this in comparison to what they have with the newer cars. One reason I wanted this one so bad was it did not have the iPad screen as well. We have my shift knob there being a manual option. Still super grateful and glad that these cars offer that, and overall a really nice fine fit package. Now let's take a look at the M4s.
Here we have my 2015 DCT base M4. Made it a little aggressive with the HRE wheels. Upgraded to the Icon headlights. Couple performance things we've done. We got the intake, we got the downpipe, we got the midpipe, all the needed things for a classic BMW, including the MHD tune for the engine and the XHP tune for the trans. I really do love this car, man, and I think it's a great daily. Has 134,000 miles now. 34,000 of those were myself. And you know, it's been treating me well. No issues. I think it looks pretty aggressive. All the carbon bits, you know, carbon diffuser, carbon lip, carbon roof, of course. The diffuser and exhaust tips are aftermarket. Same with the lip. I think it looks quite aggressive.
Pretty cool, pretty cool.
Classic Fushigi plate. Fushigi! We got the GTS style taillights here, little dragon scale.
Oh yeah, GTS.
That's right.
All right, let's talk about and compare the interiors here. So here we have a sequential shifter on the M4. This is actually just a DCT model, but has a pretty cool cosmetic interior item there. Anything you want to talk about interior-wise, Jared? What you like, what you don't like?
Yeah, I think the one thing I definitely had to do was CarPlay. I mean, only in 2018 did these cars get CarPlay, and that was definitely a module that I felt like I had to add. Only cost about $200, and it was pretty easy to DIY. The carbon dash, fully stock. The carbon plate right in the middle here, stock. The shifter, or obviously the shifter's not stock, but also the e-brake handle, that was an addition, that's not stock. But I think it looks pretty tasteful. Nothing too crazy on the inside. I mean, I think you have all the nice creature comforts of a modern car. It's great.
Yeah, one thing I do like on his that mine doesn't have, and I don't have the full extended leather. I think it looks really nice and tasteful here on the car. Thankfully, it's not too beat up with the UV and everything. With this car being 10 years old, it's I think looks very good, well taken care of. Anything you've done to make sure that stays in tip-top shape?
I mean, I definitely clean it a lot. Nothing too crazy. I'm just a soapy water type of guy. I don't have any of the aggressive chemicals. I feel like that's a little excessive sometimes.
I agree.
I do think that I could probably treat my leather a little bit nicer. There's a lot of products you can get to keep your leather in good condition. I would say that's the most worn looking thing about the interior, but overall, I mean, yeah, I think it was just about getting a car that was nice in the first place. I didn't have to replace anything to make it nice. The previous owner appreciated, you know, everything about the car and kept it clean, and I just kept on with that trend. So
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, now we'll take a look on on the driver's side. We'll start it up, actually see the dash, and we'll go from there. Here in the interior of the M3, we're just going to start it up and fix the wheel. Or we'll go the other way. But as I said here before, we have the iDrive 7. And I think this is a nice rendition. We have the screen here. We also have the option with the M mode to get the more aggressive twin fang look. I also have the heads-up display as Jared does for his. I think he does a great job in blending kind of modern amenities with still hard touch points, which we love to play with. Kind of immediately cut spot where we know where we're going. Shift knob and everything is great. Actually, I have the Auto Solution short shift kit on this car. And I think it is the perfect OEM Plus upgrade. Absolutely one of the best things I've done to the car, and super happy to talk about that if anyone wants to know. I have a video linked above. But overall, no complaints with this interior. As I said before, I absolutely love it. I have tried the new iDrive 8 and 8.5, and might be me coping, but I just do not like it. I think this is just way simpler. Everything's easier to see, more legible, and buttons are there immediately. Don't have to go through infotainment and everything. I know with the updated one, they did a better job in adjusting things in the bottom, so that's immediately the touch, but just having haptic buttons is just so nice. Miss me pressing my hard to click nice buttons. Everything is aging gracefully. I mean, this car is only, I believe, 4 years old now, and everything has done a good job in standing the test of time with this interior. So A+ for this. I definitely say I would not go wrong with either one of these, but with this, what I have, I do enjoy this more. But overall, pretty good job. I think BMW's interior game is fantastic. They did a good job with this one and the other one. I want to hop into the M4 and take a look at that. Okay, we're gonna hop into the M4 now, take a look at its clusters and everything. This is the last generation that came with the analog cluster and gauge, as we can see here. And I think this is something to stand the test of time. It's absolutely gorgeous and graceful. I don't think these are ever out of style. And with it mixing in the blend of both the digital stuff in the bottom and the analog tack on top, I think it's done a great job. And with this car being 10 years old now, definitely can't tell by the interior. That's a great thing with BMW. With this design, I think it's gonna pretty much be timeless. It's the perfect rendition of, as I'm saying before. Mine just has this pretty much being all digital, this being digital as well. So kind of the next evolution as it quite literally is the next evolution of that. I think they did a good job in keeping it core to its story and its values. So big fan of this interior as well with the carbon fiber and everything. This is really, really pretty. I also have the carbon fiber package interior in my car, and I think it also looks great. So no complaints there. If I were to obviously do a match and match, we obviously both have black interior. His has the extended leather, which does a nice job in keeping this nice, luxurious, and tasteful. And I think it's a great, great car. Obviously, the BMW steering wheels, I do know that they don't age too well, especially with driving this car. I mean, it has 130,000 miles, so I'm sure mine's going to get there. It's already greasy and gunked up, so I do know you can kind of clean it and some stuff, but over time, it's just the pleather that they use or whatever kind of just wears out. So one thing to mention and notice, I do know people kind of have these interior wraps. You could like kind of sew a sleeve on it, but it's not the same. In the future, who knows, I might do an LCI steering wheel, or I might just go full buckets and harness. I'll get one of those quick release ones for my track day, so stay tuned. Yeah, so we're gonna take a look now at the engine bays. Here, of course, we have the glorious S55, baby. Inline twin turbo, inline 6. We got twins, we got turbos, we got inlines of 6s, and here we have our charge cooler.
Yep, charge air cooler.
Charge air cooler that keeps our liquid temps low, which gives us all the power we need. We also have these aftermarket Burger Motorsports intakes. They sound pretty wicked. We'll have a little sound clip to show you what it sounds like, and we'll compare what it is to my car. Stock, this car I believe makes what, like 470 horsepower? 440?
I think the spec sheet says 444 on a comp and maybe 410 on a base, which would be this, but I didn't have a lot of time driving this car with no tune on it. So, yeah.
They're pretty close power-wise. We've done some sanctioned rolls on a drag strip, and we are pretty neck and neck. I mean, the second I shift, I lose because I'm just slow at shifting. And this thing also has a little bit more power up top. So overall, it's pretty solid. Definitely a stout package. You can't see you really wanting any more power. I mean, obviously everyone wants to take a bite of the apple and just keep it going, but plenty of juice for this car, and it's definitely a hoot and a riot to drive behind the wheel. Let's take a look at the S58. Yeah, buddy, you didn't know this was gonna happen. All right, let's take a look here at the S58 engine bay. I must say, stock for stock, this guy is nowhere near as pretty as this one in the perfect day. Obviously, it's not super clean, but this carbon fiber strut tower brace is absolutely gorgeous. I do love how it looks on this car. I wish we had that brought over to what this guy has, but that is not the case. BMW decided to go with these aluminum strut brace towers. Honestly, I don't think there's really anything structurally beneficial from the carbon fiber except some weight, because it's still anchored here with the aluminum, but overall, not bad. Here I have these stock air inbox takes, so nothing there. Maybe in the future I'd like to add ones to add some noise. The Venturi ones are so cool, but dude, it's so expensive for those. But yep, we have our F82 here, same sort of business. We have an inline 6 twin turbo. Stocks make around 480 horsepower, 420 foot-pounds of torque. And when it comes to this bad boy, pretty close. I want to say wheel horsepower though, wheel to wheel, this guy definitely stock has more juice. S58 is an absolute monster, but this guy is no slouch here with its tune. So overall, these motors, if you tune them, tune this guy to like a stage 2 or stage 1 and have this guy stock, they're pretty neck and neck. And it's kind of nice because you don't have to femto unlock this guy. You could just go to really any bench unlock and get that done. So overall, I think, yeah, power proposition, everything is just way easier to get power out of this guy for the money. As much as it is simple to do like a downpipe and tune, unlocking it, doing all this, femto, I don't know what this gimbal's doing. So talking about unlocking these cars, there is a big difference when coming to it. Obviously with this car being before the 2020 bench lock date with the Bosch ECUs, you're allowed to unlock this with a bench unlock. I believe it's only a couple $100, get some tuning software, slap it on, and you're good to go. With this guy on the other hand, you need to send out your ECU to Finland. I do know now Keys Motorsports can do it in-house. They are taxing like crazy. It's about $2 grand just to unlock it, and then you need a $600 for software. So $2,600 to unlock this. Well, this is probably around, how much? Like 800 bucks with software and everything?
I would say 700.
700, yeah. 800 bucks. So definitely a huge delta in performance for price to getting there. But once you uncork this monster, it is a freaking beast. One thing that does suck though, or stink with my car, is since it has a manual, the clutches are just not rated strong enough to add that much power. If I were to go that route, I definitely have to budget for an upgraded clutch and labor to get that installed. So the automatics take it no problem whatsoever, especially with this guy too as well. I believe you can push to like 600 no problem, and you're gonna have a good day and a good time. But overall, I think it is definitely an option for who wants to do what. I think just for getting into the door with these cars, it's just way cheaper, way easier, and kind of the platform's already figured out, you know, all the issues and problems, with that being the crank hub. I believe that's really it, right? If we're gonna add power and have any problems.
That's really it, unless the limitation on everything being stock is if you're running E85 and upgraded turbos, then you'll have to do your fuel pump so you don't starve your engine.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can drop hybrid turbos in this thing and make 630 wheel on pump gas.
Easy.
And
Easy.
You're having a good day.
Yeah,
so
you're having a good day. So that, like I said, the value proposition is there. It's really what you want and what's in your budget. I really don't think you can go wrong with these cars. This is OEM, is kind of OEM plus when it comes to the engineering, refinement, fit and finish, and the power of these two chassis. So like I said, this is kind of you know, the alpha test is the beta, and the next one's going off. It's going to keep going on from there. So overall, two great platforms. Can't see anyone going wrong with either. We see it in all different forms of motorsport, being drifting, driving, really anything, guys. You can make these cars exactly what you want. Super grateful for BMW for doing this route. I am absolutely a BMW lover, and definitely not biased when it comes to that, and you guys can see with these cars. Of course, me, I'm biased with my purchase. I'm very happy with what the G80 has to offer. I think it is super practical, has tons of space, super reliable, and definitely super fast for what a manual sedan has here to offer in today's market. M4 as well, also another great platform, so you can't go wrong. Let me know what you guys think down below. Anything mods-wise and stuff we have done on the car, give us a question. We're always happy to answer. Jared will be down there answering questions as well for you guys. So overall, what do you think, Jared? Would you, if you would trade these or do that, would you?
If I had the money, I think a G80 is definitely in my future. I mean, you can't beat the power or reliability of a car like this. I mean, I think 500 wheel is perfect, but there's definitely a sacrifice of reliability there, and you just have it right out the box.
Yeah,
so
true.
It is great. It looks amazing. I don't understand why people hate on the front bumper. I think it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So
I definitely love it as well, but not everyone's on board still with the looks of these cars. But overall, what a platform, what a kind of benchmark of performance that these cars are today in today's market. For the money, I think it's super hard. I think that's why we're seeing these being so popular and so successful in BMW sales. The G Series and the M3, M4, even the convertible, this is the most selling M3 generation to date. So, all right, guys, here we're going to compare the exhaust noises of the car. So this is an S55 with an ARM resonated catless downpipe and a resonated single midpipe. All right, Jared, let's hear it. My car's warmed up too. We're going to hear the difference in comparison. He has a catless downpipe, so it's a bit louder, but let's hear it. It's in Sport Plus. Let me know what you guys think down below. It's a lot of rambling in this video, but we just love talking about cars and gawking at each other's vehicles. I think even the wheels too and our style, we have pretty similar tastes to that point. So cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, we'll be down below answering them, and we'll catch you in the next video. Feroz, Moto, and Jared, out. Peace.